No. Only going to be on long enough to share my prints that we did in Jelly Plate Play room in Phibbsville today. And I just want to share my prints. Mary shared hers, and I thought it could be fun. And I know she's going to be on in about 45 minutes. So I'm not going to keep you, but let's flip through these. Hi, Lisa. I want to also say that if you joined us in the rooms in Phibbsville and in Aunt Beck's Creations and in Ann Lahr's craft room, you're missing out on a lot because we have a ton of fun in there. So I'm just going to flip through my prints for today. Hi, Sherry Van. Hi, Sharon Lombard. Hi, Ruth. So here we go. This one, I hand painted the dove on my plate, and then I put some paints around her. And this is going to a special YouTube friend in the mail. And then this is part of a print, and I'll show you what I've done with my Jelly Plate print. And then this one was done with Posca markers, paint pens, Poscas. You draw the decoration, and then I did layering of paints. Because basically, jelly printing is nothing but layers on a platform. You can use glass, you can use a jelly plate, you can use a piece of cardboard, anything you can spread paint on and then lay a paper on top of and pull up. That's mono printing. So we'll just look through. Some of these are, plain, but these are great for collage pieces. You can tear them apart. So we'll just look through here and see what we ended up with. They were saying this looks kind of like a face. Like here's a neck. This could be an eye. So that's interesting. Kind of like this one. A very froggy looking print there. I liked this one. Got a lot of interest on it. This would be an instant background in a journal. You could just glue this down and then do something else on top of it. This was pretty. That's got my favorite blue on it, the ink spot. This one's got lots of colors on it. And some of I think I used bronze like Mary, or Mary used like I had. Hi, Cheryl. Hope you're feeling better, Cheryl. And this one is created when you're trying to cover a piece, but there's like this much exposed of your plate. You can lay other papers down on top and pick up just those little strips. That's how you get these striped pieces of paper. I've seen Lisa do that a bunch because Lisa has a bigger plate than I do. I love this one. Now, I did a lot on some thrifted paper, and most of the ones that are on paper were started with roll-offs, cleaning my brayer off, and then I did gel plate printing on top of the roll-off papers. But I did most of my prints on pieces of deli paper that Lisa had sent me. So thank you, Lisa. I had fun with it today. And there's some with bronze on it. This one almost looks like it has fish swimming around on it. So you can see where this was a cleanup sheet here and here. And then I just did a print of reds and oranges on top. That one looks kind of muddy and mucky. And then I had a couple small pieces that I did. I didn't get stuff on the backs of these, just one side, because when I'm doing those collage pieces, like I did the cats' faces, our cats, I did all of them in collage like Chelsea does. And you don't need paint on the back side. So I only colored one side of my pages today. Now this is where we begin the deli paper prints. So I'll just flip through these. Some of these turned out pretty cool looking. And then some are just flat out duds. Hi, Teresa. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. We've got a lot of illness in the community. Let's hope everybody gets better real soon. Now, the whole concept of us coming into a group together today, see, she had done a plaid back her moose. Did y'all catch that video? Well, we all said, let's get together and practice doing plaids. I think we all did about 1 or 2 plaids, and then we said, let's just play. So this was this was the second pull. This was the first. So what I used was a fine line. It's not the actual fine line. It's the cheapy ones that I got from Amazon. These little bottles like this that have the little needle nose. And I've got brown and a cream paint in there. And that's what I used. And what I did for this is I began the lines that you see while Mary was still on this morning. And I just let it dry until we started playing together. It took me 30 minutes to find my gel plate. I had put it somewhere safe in the pattern drawer with patterns. I don't know why. I thought that would be a safe place, but I found it. But that was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen Chelsea's video on doing plaids, it was very interesting. So that was those two. And then, the rest of these are just regular gel printing. This was done with Posca pens. Just, you don't push because you don't want to push the pen into your gel plate. Just lightly make the shapes. And then I put white paint down. And then I think I did yellow too to pick this up. So you'll see this a couple times, I think. This one, I used my waffly cookie press thing and a flip-flop. 2 sides of the flip-flop. This is the top side of the flip-flop. That was the bottom of the flip-flop. Then I used a Bondo spreader to add lines. And this one I rolled on segments of color and then picked it up and I did some dots. And this one, I had made some little letter C's, and then I went back with the back of a paintbrush and just did wiggly lines like a snake. And that one turned out kind of cute. Everybody said that kind of looks like a page of script. Violet called this one cotton candy. Oh dear. Watch that cough. Don't let it go long. If you get to where it's not getting better, you need to get in to see your doctor. This one I thought was real pretty. Now you can always add more to your gel plates. All right, this one, I had a dirty plate that just had spots on it, which you can see here. And I put white paint down. Then I used a piece of deli print paper and I picked up through a stencil. That's what the white ones are on here. I set this aside and let it dry. And then I did a light pull with yellow on top of the white. And that's how I got that look. Not sure where my other triangle is. But before I removed the stencil, I had rolled another color, I think it was red, on top through the stencil. And then I pulled the stencil off. I think it's down below here. This one's kind of pretty. It's got some of the copper in it. This one looks like crocodile or alligator skin here. Here is the other triangle. This is what you get. And I got dendritic in here because that's where the white paint was still on, but the stencil, all right, the white, I put white paint down, put the stencil down, pulled the white triangle out, and then I rolled the red paint over top. So you can see the layers of old stuff. You can see some of the white, and you can see where I got some dendritic action from pulling the stencil off after I had braid red over top. So that turned out pretty cool. I love the next one. And I think Lisa will say, ooh, look at that one. And it's got some bronzy copper color on it. So that turned out really cool. Here's another of the triangles. I got several pulls off that. Different effects. This one, I did a whole bunch of layering. I did the intuitive motion of shapes, and then I did different sections with my small brayer. I just did little squares, let them all dry. You can see where it picked up. Some of the circle was still on the plate from the blue sheet. So I got a little glimpse of some coppery, bronzy looking stuff here and there. And then this one was kind of dull, but it'll be all right for background. And then that one was pretty cool. I was hoping the blue circles would have shown better, but I kind of lost them in translation somehow. And some of these are prettier. Oh, this one, I started using those, what are they called? Color Burst. I started spritzing some Color Burst on, and when I went to pull it, I used white, and it reacted with the white, but it looks better on the back. Look at that. So you can choose on that one, whether you want the pale or the bright. And then this blue one with the bubbles. And that's what we did today. And I told you I had already used one of these. The dove is going to a special YouTube friend of ours. And then down here I said I used some of this one, and I made a card to go with the bird in the mail. And these are die cuts I had on hand. And that's the gel plate I had in the back. And I was thinking I have some other gel prints that I've been putting leaves out. And I was thinking I might put some leaves on these trees. Although I don't know. I might just leave them off. I might leave them off. I think I like it better with just the empty trees. Or maybe I could just put a few leaves on the bottom. I don't know. I'm still playing with that idea. Leave them off, Lisa says. Okay, Lisa, I'll do as you say, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, I think it looks good like that. So that's all I came on to share. I wanted to share my prints because Mary had shared hers. And Mary, my favorites of yours are trucks. Oh, thank you, Arlene. I was fixing to sign off. Everybody, Mary will be on in about 30 minutes. And please come. If you guys ever want to learn something in a group atmosphere that's smaller, just a small group where you could ask questions, these rooms are where you need to come. Because you've got Mary, you've got Ann Lar, you got Violet, you got me, you got Nettie, Mary Lou, Ruth Lamb, who else? JL Johnson, she comes in, and we've had some others show up. Roy's been in the room once or maybe twice. And so you just never know who will show up and say hi. And everybody's welcome, okay? And the chats are fun. You just have to be prepared because sometimes we might go off a little bit and get silly, but that's what makes it fun. So I talk to you guys in Mary's later. Scott and I had absolutely delicious dinner at Nick's House of Pizza. I had the pasta platter, which is manicotti, ravioli, and lasagna, all in one little dish. And I had a salad. We got 2 pieces of baklava to come home to have with coffee. So it's been a great day today. I so enjoy the friendship and the getting together aspect of it all. So bye, guys. I'm going to let you go. I got my hands mostly clean. Take care.